Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for clicking. It means a lot to you guys. Keep clicking. If you guys keep clicking, I'll keep making. And today we're back ranking these players. It's interesting. This was a very packed episode, very packed week indeed. We had tons of stuff happen in the Survivor community, which I'm sure we'll talk at length about. But obviously, this is mainly about the power rankings, or at least we're going to try and stay on that topic. How has this week been for you, Bitter? I want to touch on you first.
It's been fun, interesting, disappointing in terms of finding out people are really stupid. And it's been a wild week.
Wild.
A lot of people with a lot of opinions, a lot of people with a lot of really bad opinions. And
right.
I'm there to call them all out. And it's been a lot of work.
Well, I did just kind of catch up Sky on like what happened this week. But Sky, have you seen anything or had any interactions, or have you kind of just tried to stay out of it?
Well, no, I've been all over Twitter as much as I can. I actually had a pretty busy weekend, but I've been over Twitter as much as I can. I found out that Jeff Varner is based, and I also just found out that Jeff from Micronesia is based, which is something I was not expecting. And there's a bunch of like liberal soy boys just hating. And it's really sad, but
well, so I learned a very valuable lesson this week, and it's a lesson that I think I'll carry with myself for a very long time. I mean, it's one thing to think that you're a clan member, but now it's been confirmed by Reddit and apparently a random Twitter account with 4 followers. That I am, in fact, a clans member. Apparently, I am now being allowed into the clan. I didn't know.
Welcome.
They now allow.
I don't know if I can associate with this podcast anymore.
Yeah, it's crossing the line. No, I mean, I would assume the person who posted that didn't know, because that's
even worse. They do know.
Yeah, is it worse that they do know? Is it worse if they didn't know? I don't know. I thought that was pretty funny. To me, the biggest thing, it's funny, like these people talk about, uplifting Black voices, but it's only when they agree with them, because when the Black voices don't agree with you, all of a sudden it's not only downlift, but it's also, call them names, call them racist, call them all types of bad things. Not to mention that I'm, a blossoming 16-year-old with gigantic muscles. What can I say? But to me, it was definitely eye-opening. It only solidified me more in my political association against this radical ideology, I guess. These people, I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, how do you make yourself more unlikable and unpalatable to incoming people into the political space? You call a black guy a clan member who has said nothing radical, nothing crazy. That's the best way to make yourself look like an idiot. And honestly, I think the best remedy for people who you disagree with, if you're truly right, is to let them talk. Let them show how stupid they are. And so this week, I've had people try and come and harass me, death threats, blah, blah, blah. And I just laugh at them. And I just let the people show me how dumb they are. And, for anyone out there who's like, oh, but listen, but Spencer, like, I agree on this part, but not that part. I understand. But these people are not trying to go half-seas on it. They fully want power in this debate, and they will not go until they have that. To me, it's interesting. I was messaged by like all the people on our server about it, and they found it. It was on the front page of Reddit. And if someone posted a picture of like Shan in like a communist Russia outfit or something, like with the what is it, the horn and sickle? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That. Oh my! It would be taken off for hate speech immediately. But it wasn't for me, because of course they are biased on Reddit, just like that they are biased on Twitter, just like they are biased on YouTube. They're biased, and that's something that we're gonna have to deal with in this fight to preserve knowledge and common sense. But let's get back to the power rankings. We have 1 through 8. We're getting down to it, and I have to say my list is definitely transferred over to more of goats at the bottom, or at least people who are like my bottom spot is someone who is both a goat and someone who I think is going next. Then the next spot is a goat, and the rest of the people, I just have no idea. I mean, after this like crazy race card tribal, it really depends on if Drea and Marianne can swing people to their side. So if people go to their side, which honestly, it's seeming like that's going to be the case, because they gave Jonathan a terrible edit. To me, I see probably Dre and Marianne swinging high and Omar, the other two power players, to blindside Jonathan, which sucks. But that's what it seems like. I don't know. Like, how does Jonathan make it through another tribal? Especially if Drea and Marianne can assume power. Now, if Drea and Marianne come back and just like it all falls apart on them, then Drea's in trouble. But then again, Drea has 3 advantages, no idols, but 3 advantages, so she is definitely set. What's the position? Like, who are you guys like worried about? What's like the big storyline that you guys are looking at going into this big episode? Scott.
I think personally, Jonathan's gonna have to either win immunity or pull off some crazy move for him to stay in the game. Because I think he's in big trouble, especially after tonight. They're probably gonna be like, "Oh my god, Jonathan's racist," or "Oh no," and anything they can do to get him off, I think they're gonna try to do that. And I think he might be in a pretty bad position. I think Dre is actually safe because now Marion's gonna be like, I cannot vote out a black person this entire season, or else I am perpetuating the narrative that I hate black people or something like that.
I mean, Jonathan should just identify as a black man.
That's true. I mean, because listen, if we can switch genders, can we switch height? You know what I'm saying? Can we switch race? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because if anything, your gender is more important than your race. So I don't know. To me, it's the logic's faulty. Bitter. Same question.
Sorry, I got cut out for a bit. I didn't hear what you guys were saying.
Just overall, like the storyline that you're looking at the most, and your take on it.
The storyline in general, what's happening
in the game. The game.
Oh, I don't like. I'll be honest with people. I really lost a lot of interest in Survivor, so I'm not really looking at it from the perspective of what's going to happen in the future. I'm just, except for I think it's just going to be continuing of this agenda pushing nonsense. And I don't think it's going to get fixed. Once this stuff gets put in, it doesn't leave.
To see these ratings in this next episode. I'm so excited.
I don't want to hype it up just in case they are better. But
well, I've had like a lot of people like DMs, Discord, YouTube, on Twitter, like just personally message me to say that they're like done, 100% done with the show after that. And that's just messaging me, some guy who nobody cares about. Like, could you imagine, like, if those people feel need to message me? I couldn't imagine how many people who either aren't on YouTube, aren't on Twitter, aren't on Reddit, aren't on Discord, or just don't feel like messaging me it. I think at least 200,000, if not like max 500,000. That'd be a dream. If we lost 500,000 viewers, that'd be awesome. Oh my god!
I almost don't want to watch to not add to the viewership.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, wouldn't the most base thing just to be not to watch it? Like,
maybe I'll like I don't know, like bootleg it or something. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I would just want to be there just in case there's more woke bullshit I can make fun of.
Definitely. But, I mean, I have to do it for YouTube.
I mean, I really don't care who wins at this point because I don't see it being won because they played a good game.
I mean, the only person who like I would generally be like, yes, like they like played the game well, they like deserve to win, is like Omar and Mike. And obviously Omar, the way he handled the male alliance, I'm not really a fan of. High played a good game, so I guess him, but again, also him literally calling it a misogyny group for making an alliance based off gender is ridiculous.
Yeah, especially when
Jonathan's played a kind of a faulty strategical game, but he's super likable. So I guess Jonathan's the person.
More.
I mean, if Jonathan won, it'd be crazy, but I give that like a 1% chance that happens.
Yeah,
I give it like a 0.1% chance.
There's like no way because they gave him a terrible edit at this last episode. No way.
Yeah, for just speaking facts.
Well, especially and how they all kind of ganged up on Jonathan for disagreeing with them. I doubt they're going to be on the jury going to give him a vote.
Yeah, I would agree with that, honestly. I feel like, I mean, especially after like him like speaking up and saying the right opinions, they didn't even like have anything to say back. Like they were just like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that.
I'm gonna have a great edit in my video where everyone keeps saying you have to like let me talk and explain myself. As soon as Jonathan gets his chance, like he listens to what they said and then he's responding to, hey, I don't think this is being racist at all. They immediately jump on him and start over talking him and don't let him get one word in. It's like, okay, this is real conversation happening here.
Well, that's just like in general a woke way to talk. I mean, I have friends who do that exact same thing. They talk over you, yell, scream, cry, get emotional. And then as soon as it's your turn, immediate interruption. Oh, sorry, interruption.
This is Jonathan
over and
right
over
now.
again.
Yeah, there's like immediately like, oh, we got a live one right here. Someone who can think for themselves. We gotta make sure no one can hear them.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's suppression because I like. Do you actually like think these people like genuinely like go home and think that they're
I think
right about
Marianne
this?
does. I don't know if Drea does.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Okay, well,
I really thought
that,
Dre
like-
was all about gender stuff.
Yeah.
That
The race thing seems like
that
genuine
almost-
to me from her.
that almost to me opens up a new question of, because we kind of touched on this, and I've seen people kind of talking about it and like, you know, saying, well, maybe it was this. Do we think that in any way that Drake calculated this? Because she really, if she did, she really sells it.
Oh, yeah,
I
think
feel
it's
like
100%.
she genuinely.
100%.
I disagree.
You think she's being serious?
Yes.
I don't.
I think
Marianne
Drea
is.
truly thinks that that's how the world works. Is that when she sees two Black people on the jury, that she sincerely in her heart thought that she was being oppressed by that.
I think
No
that's
idea
the dumbest. I mean, she has to make so many big leaps in logic.
Right.
She wanted
already is.
Roxroy out
that's
first on her tribe.
That's kind of her thing, making leaps in logic.
The first person to bring up Roxroy's name to go home is Drea. And then you know who saved Roxroy from being named? Romeo.
Yep.
The gay Latino guy said, "Hey, we shouldn't vote out Roxroy yet." And Dre is like, "I want him out." So now, she also voted out Chanel and was okay with voting out Marianne. Now she thinks it's a problem. I really think she thought the writing's on the wall that I'm going home tonight, and that was the first thing she latched onto. There's so many things in what things she says that makes no sense, and it just seems like things that she would throw in there to get the target off her back.
Yeah.
I really do not think she thought this was a racist thing.
Yeah. I agree. Marianne is a different story.
I just disagree. I think generally Drea is under the impression that she's oppressed in some way by two Black people going out in a row, which to me is just I mean, how do you genuinely think that? To me is, I don't know. I can't even possibly begin to delve into the mind of Drea.
I mean, I could see Drea say the same thing if it was like 3 women. Like, oh, we're voting out all the women.
And I think she would also genuinely think that in her mind, in her twisted mind, she would actually think that.
Maybe. I know Marianne definitely believes.
Yeah, Marianne does. She
that's like her whole thing.
The one that brought it up though. Like, wasn't she the one that started it? Like, Drea just said, "I'm gonna play my idol." Then Marianne made it the race thing. Then Drea.
Well, no. Drea kind of hinted at it, and Jeff kept going back to her. Right. He wanted more from her, and then she eventually gives in, saying, "Yeah, I think it might have a little something to do with race." And then,
I actually respect like
Marianne.
Jeff's first response, which is like, "Wait, what? You think it's race?" Like he says it like in a questioning voice. Now he is very careful.
Yeah, that's Jeff wanting a moment though.
Like,
yes, here we go.
Well, like you can tell he starts out like what the hell and ends like the so you think it's race by like being like, so you think it's race. God. Because like he starts he's like, so you think it's race. Okay, like to him,
but
and I think that's a good example is Jeff knew that was BS, but he somehow let it go on because again, we can't jump on the show yet because again, these 2 seasons were filmed back to back. They do not know the reaction from 41. We do have to give them 43. If they mess up 43 and 44, oh my god.
They will.
I mean, I'll put out there, you don't have to give them 43.
They're already filming it.
Because once this stuff happens, I've never seen a moment where someone starts doing woke stuff and then they stop doing it.
But I think they did edit out a lot of woke stuff from the season, but they couldn't edit this out. There's no way.
See, but like I've been calling out lots of little moments of woke stuff that everyone likes to pretend on.
Right. But it's not nearly as bad as last season until this tribal.
Well, this stuff it's like literally slaps you in the face. You can't deny it. The other stuff you can kind of look past, but like the fact that there is that little stuff makes me think that this stuff was always there. They're always gonna. They want this moment. Like we talked about how Jeff loves these moments.
Well, for me, the only thing that I can fault the show for is the casting because you're gonna cast 2 casts in a row that are both woke. But then again, it's like I can't really knock the editors. Like you need to show that the race alliance. You need to show this tribal. I understand the lifting music. But then again, if Drea or Marianne is our winner and or fan favorite and or runner up, then they're probably trying to give them a winner and or fan favorite and or runner up edit. And so they therefore need to show them in a good light, especially if Jonathan goes next. But my big thing is we do forget this and 41 happened back to back last May. Give them 43, and if they still don't get it, then I have no problems. Just I'm done. We're done. That's it.
Don't forget that they played uplifting music for the All Black Alliance last season, and none of them won.
That's true. That's true. And in fact, and that's why I think, even though this was like a crazy slap in the face one because it was all good and then you're just boom, I think last season at this point is still worse than this season.
Yeah.
Do you disagree or agree, guys?
No, I would agree with that. I mean, when an alliance makes this, like, this was just like one tribal council. Like, it was like every tribal council seemed like in 41. Also, I just want to say, like, I look back at the tribal council bit, and like Drea says like the Tory's never been in her shoes. So I don't know if she means like race by that or like just positioning on the tribe.
She means race.
Yeah, but she doesn't say anything after that. And then Marianne's like, I literally can't vote for Drea. Then she's like, oh my God, guys, everyone can hear what I say. And I'm like, no one wants to hear what you say. Shut up. Oh my God. Before I pull out the knife.
Well, Drea keeps saying like she knew she was going, but she did not know for a fact until Marianne gives it away.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think that's why
Marianne is again a terrible player?
Oh, yeah.
Even though everyone's going to call her a great player, even though she's terrible at the game.
Terrible player.
Also, there's the moment where Jeff constantly goes back to Jonathan until Jonathan finally bows down to what happened. He's like, Dre will say something super powerful, and then Marianne will say something super eloquent, and then then he'll be like, Jonathan, you still feel like you're in the right here? He's like, he wants Jonathan to change his opinion.
I think Jonathan just realized he was in a lose-lose situation at that point and just decided to stop talking.
If I'm Jonathan in that spot, at that point, you're done. Like, you already said something, you're done. So at that point, I would double down and be like, no, screw you. I'm good. I'm that petty. I'll literally lose the whole game just to win this argument on national TV.
I do the same, but when Jeff Probst is the one doing it to you.
I get it. Yeah, I get it. You're like, you got like 13 cameras on you. There's gonna be like 5 million people watching you. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, when the producer of the show, like the whole face of the show is like, hey, are you sure you want to have that opinion? And you're just gonna start thinking like, how are they gonna portray me on TV?
Apparently, like I remember, I think I read it not read it. I watched a tell-all Missy where like Missy wasn't talking the first few days of like Island of the Idols because she was playing quiet because she was really afraid like of being the first boot. Mm-hmm. So like at like the second or third tribal, like Missy was looking down, and like Jeff asked her question, she just gave like a non-answer, like a really quick and like blah blah, and she put her head back down, and he said, "You will fucking speak to her," and she like jolted up. So like, that's crazy. Like imagine,
Jeff does. Yeah, multiple people have said that. I think like Kelly from when she played on San Juan del Sur, she was like, "You have nothing to answer," and he said that too, like, "You will fucking speak." Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, that's production right there.
You'll do what I tell you
on the game.
You will do what I tell you.
Jeff's definitely a dominator for sure. I don't know who gave Jeff who told Jeff that he should have the balls to do that, because if Jeff yells at me like that, you can kick me off the show. You can.
Oh yeah, he probably didn't say it to Jonathan, because if Jonathan stands up, just
Jonathan would take him and crush him and put him in half, and then
it's like if The Rock said that joke to Will Smith's wife instead of. He stood up and like The Rock gives
Will
him more
Smith goes to slap him and like it just
breaks
hits
his
a brick
hand.
wall.
No, he wouldn't even stand up. He just like, it's not that deep, baby. It's not that deep.
He'd walk up there, look at him, and then turn right back around.
Yeah. Keep mobile.
I mean, what are they gonna do if Jonathan just rushes Jeff? Like there's nothing that's really gonna stop him.
Just breaks him.
Yeah, there's
something like breaks his back.
Name out your fucking mouth. Okay.
What if he just starts beating up Drea because like she's stupid?
Well, we should also mention Tori caved in all of her exit press, saying that was a powerful moment, and the reason she didn't speak up because she didn't have a place to say. She shouldn't have said anything. It wasn't her moment.
Mm-hmm.
That's an L, Tori, man. I was gonna have a post game.
Something else I want to mention is during that tribal council, you can tell by Jonathan's body movement, even before he talks, is that he doesn't like what they're saying. He gives a lot of eye rolls and just looks like he's not having a fun time.
Well, who would have a fun time sitting there being called racist?
Right when Marianne opens her mouth, he just bows his head down and like looks like super sad. Like
If I
Varner
were
just starts
him,
talking.
so for me, and I'm like thinking strictly from like a debater.
Mhm.
Like debate, I guess the two best tactics there, you either one play victim or you two go really aggressive. So
Mhm.
he can go super aggressive and say, no, I'm not backing down. I don't care about the game. I'm petty. I'm going to win this argument on national TV, blah, 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 and go really hard against these two people. Because
Mhm.
again, like when you get group argued, it's very hard to win a debate. So there's two ways. You either go really aggressive or play victim. So he could have
Mhm.
gone super aggressive like that, or he could have played victim and said, you know what, I feel like I just don't have a voice, like, and just play, basically use their own like tactics against them, being like, I feel like my voice is not being heard, and that might have actually got them to cow down. But I don't know, it's tough. I feel like
No, his
there's
only
just
choice game wise was to just agree. Like, yeah, I didn't realize I was doing that. You're so right. You're powerful. That's his best move if
so
he just wants
sad.
everyone to still be like on his
But
side.
I mean, I think at the time,
What
if I'm
Lindsay
him in
did.
that moment, you should never do something assuming that you're going to lose the game, because that's a terrible way to play the
Yeah,
game.
wait.
But now, now that I'm a viewer watching it and seeing his edit on the show, he's not going to win the game. So I'm saying, dude, you're not going to win the game. Say something. But it's hard
Yeah.
because in that moment,
Yeah,
he doesn't see his own edit, so he
I
doesn't
get
know.
that.
Wait.
You know what I
So
mean?
the thing I want to ask is like, do you think Jonathan says that if he doesn't have immunity? Like, do you think he would say
I
like,
don't know.
No,
It seemed like an
no,
instant reaction to it, so I could
no.
say it happening.
I think Jonathan thinks twice. No, I think if he doesn't have immunity, he's probably the main target anyway.
Mhm.
And if
Which is
Drea,
hilarious, right? That no one
yeah,
brings that up.
yeah. So I think that Jonathan does not speak up if he doesn't have immunity.
Well, maybe the
If all the
tribal council
women,
goes differently though. Probably if he doesn't have
Yeah,
immunity.
definitely.
So.
I don't think Drea's I think Jonathan's. No, because it's three Takus. It's
No,
not.
I don't know. I still
I
think
think maybe they go Tory then if Jonathan just
yeah,
like
that
straight
is
up Tory.
possible. It could be Tori. Yeah.
Because if Jonathan's there, then they don't want to risk Drea idling out Jonathan.
The thing that's funny
like
is like
their meat shield.
Jonathan is like kind of dumb, right? Like he's not like
Yeah.
this driver's tool and shit, but even he's able to like figure out that their logic is like super
Right.
flawed and like
I mean,
dumb.
I wouldn't say he's dumb. I would say
imagine
he's
like
not super
putting.
I'm just saying like
game
yeah, he's not like
savvy.
the
The
driver's
fact
tool in
that
the
like
shed,
that
yeah.
Jonathan tough guy can like, even then Jonathan, who's maybe not the brightest guy in the world, like book smart wise, even he can crush their arguments and make them start crying. Imagine if you put like a guy who agrees with us, who actually knows this,
Ben
like
Shapiro on the show.
yeah, like
Actually,
a Shapiro
theoretically,
or like a Jordan Peterson or a Joe Rogan. Imagine.
Rogan.
Oh my God, imagine. Like it would be done. It would be done. But because it's Jonathan, they like can take little missteps he said and turn into a gigantic thing and straw man his argument.
It's really taking advantage of him because like he's just
Right.
like a normal dude playing the
he's-
game that he was signed up to play, not being
Right.
racist, playing a smart strategy, taking out Drea. It turns into him being this bad, awful person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine,
So
like any
I mean,
normal person being
I
in that
guess
situation.
Jonathan's best move would, I think, in that. Okay, here's a plan. If he asked Drea questions so that Drea can control the conversation, because obviously Drea and Marianne wanted complete control over the conversation because they know that if Jonathan had control over the conversation, they lose because they have no argument. They only have tears and crying. So if he just asked Drea questions, he's like, okay, so if I were to blindside you tonight, would that be racist? And she'd say something like, no, but you would be contributing to a problematic pattern. And he'd say, so what you're saying is, if I vote you out tonight, then I am, this, and eventually you can narrow it down to, so what you're saying is I can't vote you out tonight, even though you don't have immunity. And she would eventually have to say yes. But then again, I get it. You're starving out there. You're not like me sitting here thinking of debate tactics. I get it. But
even if he
tough.
did do that, though, as soon as she started realizing it wasn't going in her favor, they would start talking over him again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, you're racist. You're a racist. Or like tell him to like give up his immunity because he doesn't deserve it. They should
I've started to realize that when they start doing that, that's when you can start declaring your W, because as soon as they do that, that's when there are arguments completely gone. Speaking of power rankings, we haven't done those at all. So let's get on those. At number 8, I have Romeo. I think Romeo has no chance. He has no social game, no physical game, and his strategy is off. I'll just say that. I think we'll all see Romeo probably close to the bottom. I don't know. We'll see. Sky?
I had to do it, and I feel bad about it, but I have
Jonathan.
Jonathan at number 8.
Yeah.
From the events of last tribal and from what we've seen in the posting, I mean, I feel like he probably needs to win an immunity at this point to stay alive, which I mean is possible because he's just that good. I mean, the challenges that they're doing are nowhere near his skill set, but he can still win them because of sheer will and integrity and being awesome. But like, yeah, I feel like he's in a rough position right now, so I just kind of have to put him.
Sorry, pause. I'm just thinking of like Drea or Mariana throughout the end, like spewing to the jury, like, and then I had that tribal where I had to fight for, and then we go back to, oh my god. So even
Fighting
if
for my life out here.
So even if we don't have any more woke stuff, we're still gonna hear about it at least one time at Final Tribal.
As a gay, black, trans, midget.
Woman. I don't know, because I definitely thought they would have brought it up last season too at 41, but they didn't, which makes me think that that's what it was talked about, but cut. Like they didn't bring up. Did they bring up a woman winning last season at the 40 at the finale?
Probably not.
But they had that conversation.
No. I think they came in with that mindset, but they didn't want to reveal that.
Probably went at one.
What's I'm saying? I'm saying at Ponderosa, they're talking about we should vote for the female winner.
Oh right? yeah.
But they cut that out because they don't want the audience to actually know. That's why they.
I mean, yeah, that, and then like you cut out a lot from Ponderosa. I mean, you're living full days out there.
I mean, yeah, but that was.
And they're only like filming like a fourth of the time there anyway, because they can't have people following you.
I'm saying that conversation probably did happen. They probably had like a table sit down where most of the people were there.
They just either didn't record it or cut it out.
CBS doesn't want the narrative to be you won because of your race or your gender, but that is the reason that they're winning. That's all I'm saying.
It's tough. Number 8, Bitter.
Oh, I have I'll go with Romeo.
Yeah,
I agree. I think he doesn't have Drea's like allegiance really anymore. He doesn't have High's allegiance. He doesn't really have Omar's at all. So like the 3 big power players, he has no connection to, and they don't really like him. Like High only worked with him for like convenience this week. I don't see how and it seems like no one likes him, so I don't see him winning at all.
I see that.
I don't know if he goes home next, but he could because he wasn't on the chopping block.
Well, I'm thinking like he might not go home next just because there's bigger threats than him, even though they don't like him. Like he's not a threat, you know what I'm saying? He's not like Jonathan or like maybe Mike if they end up confirming Omar. He doesn't have like big game threats. He's just like annoying. They don't like him.
I mean, I could see him somehow falling into power a little bit because of like that big alliance is now broken up with the whole taking out Roxroy. Mm-hmm. So Andrea didn't seem obviously happy about that. So that could reshuffle who goes with who.
Yeah, true. And I mean, maybe like Romeo and Andrea will end up aligning again, maybe for like a vote or two.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
We'll just have to see. My number 7 is Lindsay. Not much to say about her. Her edit just it is kind of ramping up, but it's just I think it's for a boot. I don't think it's for a winner. Or maybe a third, but no.
They gave her so much positive. Like she was the only one that looked positive out of the white contestants in that tribal. I mean,
was Tori not positive? Because like,
well, she didn't really do anything. She didn't say anything really.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. She really just had like the.
I mean, and she got voted out, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, no, she didn't get voted out. She got like, there was no votes casted because Jeff was like, guys, we don't have to go up there. We can keep it right here because
we don't have to play the game of Survivor.
Yeah. I hate when he does that, dude. Like, it's like, why purposely do that? It's like, and you like Marianne and Drea could still be bluffing, but now you're kind of like forcing them to play their idols.
Because if you pay attention early on, when Drea calls out it being a race thing, they're still planning on voting Drea because they think she still won't play the idol.
Yeah,
and it's not until Marianne lets everyone know that they were voting out Drea that now she's obviously going to play it. But you still had to go through with the motions of regular. Because what if they don't play it? What if they still want to try to take the attempt, even if they think it's a small chance that she doesn't play it? You don't know.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, it's just I think it was good for everyone except for Drea and Marianne that they played their idols because one, they're both gone, and 2, they knew to switch the vote from Drea to Tori.
Sure. I mean, that's the big. I mean, as much as we want to say, everyone wants to say Jonathan played terribly this week. He did pull the Chad move, forcing them to play their idols.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was kind of the one that like said like, so do you guys play your idols now and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Like Jeff was like all about like, okay, so we're taking Tori out, and he was like, wait. So they're playing their idols though first, right? Before we do this.
Yeah.
And then they just immediately did it. They could have said no, we're going to hold on to them until after the vote, and they didn't. They just immediately did it. So that was a high IQ move right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like, so they turning their idols now, and that kind of like forced them to.
Well, I I was like, oh no. And I remember at that point, I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to make all types of videos on this, and it's about to be things are about to go crazy. And then I remember like looking up my T-screen, all of a sudden I see Drea and Marianne moving up their aisles. I'm like, wait, what happened? And I realized that they played their idols for the vote. I was like, wow, yeah, that's a lot. 7, Sky.
Romeo. I still think that like I said, I think he has a chance to maybe make it further, but at this point, there's no chance that he's winning the game. I mean, there's nothing I don't think he can do at this point to really win over any votes. Not a lot of people seem to even like him in the first place, so there's that. And as well as all of his alliance members that he's had recently have either betrayed him or just like stopped working with him. And I mean, he could have very well gone home this episode. I actually think that they probably should have voted off Romeo in this episode. Well, not like I'm saying like I thought they would have at least, because Mike seemed like very dead set on wanting to vote off Romeo, and it seemed like didn't Hai say I need Mike's blessing to do this?
Well, because he is like a pair with him.
Well, it's kind of like
I think it was
Mike's
good
dominant.
For all,
bro.
I think Mike's it was good for all. I think what they should have done is use Rockshroy's male alliance to get out Romeo that round, and the next round you get the girls back together, tell them about the male alliance.
Yeah,
of course they're gonna be against it, and then blindside Rockshroy. Now you have 2 of the people you don't want here gone.
Yeah.
And
that's
instead of blindsiding Rockshroy right away, and now you still have Romeo there, the guy who nobody trusts.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it was really dumb for Omar and Hai to be like, all guy alliance means you're not going to be targeted by them. Why are you trying to take out someone who's not targeting you? You say yes to the alliance. You don't actually have to do it. But Romeo, obviously, Hai knows Romeo doesn't like him. So why are you keeping him? And you can work with Rockshroy at least for a vote.
Romeo
or two,
literally
he's working with you.
Like Hai knows that Romeo was gunning for him, and he keeps him over Rockshroy. Rockshroy's a goat.
Who wants to work with him, and he wants to work with him.
Wants to work with
and they're saying like Rockshroy's a snake and like devious, but like has he actually done anything? Like,
well, it's easy. So here's because if they vote out Romeo in this spot, now you have Tori and Romeo gone, the 2 people who nobody trusts, and now you get everyone back together, and you have some trustworthy females on the other group. You come back together, blindside Rockshroy, because of course the girls are going to be on board against an all-male alliance. It's easy, and now you're all at 7 easy, and then there's the what is it the do or die, or what is it?
Oh, is that gonna come back? I forgot.
I would have to assume
no.
So we can assume that like this is probably our biggest vote.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that next episode. Then are we?
Yeah, well, it's not
episode?
this
or an episode after next episode.
So this episode was the episode last season that Shane gets voted out, like the big blindside episode after the
Liana episode is when the do or die happens, right? When Liana gets voted out.
Yeah.
So would it be next episode or the episode after that?
It's the episode after this upcoming episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they'll make a slight change. It'll be sponsored by Applebee's.
Yeah. Guys,
the do or die sponsored by No Deal or Deal or No Deal. I don't know.
Guys, instead this time
Outback
there's
Steakhouse.
a twist. Yeah, instead, guys, there's a twist where actually all of them are dies, and you can't win the game, so you're just going to get voted out no matter what.
We made 17 big changes, and all of them are Applebee's. Like, bro, like,
you know who else made 17 big changes? Applebee's to their new menu.
Like what was Jeff thinking, bro? Like say that last. Like, say that one last. I'm like, yo, that's the first one you're going to say.
First,
like
Applebee's.
First one, Applebe's. The taste of home. And it's like they always like try to like awkwardly promote Applebee's. Like, I love Applebee's. I go to Applebee's every single day of my life. I'm only gonna eat Applebee's after this. It's like,
yeah. Also, we should mention if they did vote Romeo instead of Rockshroy, that would have been 3 LGBTQ members in a row.
Yeah. So is that now a problematic pattern? Because again,
for me.
The point that they're making is that Black people are voted out early more than non-Black people
got voted out pre-merge season.
And so. If you want to make the same argument, if 3 LGB whatever people get voted out at the merge, don't LGB people get voted out? In first boots and early in the game more. I'm sure it's the case. So like, are we doing it based off of who gets voted off early, who gets voted off in the merge?
They're just trying to make it. Yeah,
it's very inconsistent logic to me.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, no, like Black people got voted out in the pre-merge. In fact, there was like a bunch of like Black people left by the time the merges. So yeah, probably more people are going to get voted out because there's more Black people vote out of that point.
So does Drea want it to be every other round a Black person goes home, or is that also problematic?
It's so weird. It's
You
like,
know
so
what I mean?
if Chanel goes home instead of Lydia, and Lydia goes home when Chanel goes, now it's
Right.
not racist because there's a white person in that gap. It makes no
Right.
sense. But technically, black people lasted longer because of it. So how
Yeah.
is it
Right.
more racist? I don't
It's
understand.
just stupid.
Yeah,
Stupid.
I mean the
Like,
logic's
Okay.
really easy to like.
Like
They have
Dre,
no logic.
Dre
I mean,
even says
it's like
there's
actually
a
fun to like to pick apart this logic just over and over again.
like Dre
Mhm.
says there's a recurring pattern of black people going home early. This is the merge, Drea. This isn't the first 3
Donald
votes.
Trump
This is
impression.
not
This is the
early.
mage.
This is the best merge. It's the most racist merge you've ever seen. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, like at least like in 41, you might have had some like the standing because I think Abraham got
Yeah.
voted out pre-merge. He was like the only black person pretty sure voted out. Oh no, and JD got voted out pre-merge. But still,
I mean, there's
it's
been
like,
plenty of times where a bunch of white people got voted out in a row, way more than 3.
but it's different, guys. It's different. That's different.
It's different
It's
because
like when like you like a woman's arguing with
subconscious
you.
invisible ink race.
It's like when a woman's arguing with you and you bring up like a double standard. Like it's different. It's different.
It's different because we have been historically. I'm not talking about the past. I'm not talking about the past, bro. Okay?
Oh yeah, I bet it was so. I bet it was so hard for you when you had to go in the 40s for win when they were like doing dishes while their husbands were out there getting.
But it was so
shot to
hard
death
for
with
you when you
bombs.
time traveled to the past where that actually mattered. Like,
Mhm.
God, bro, just
Yeah.
get out
I mean,
of here. Okay.
Shan posted this week that on 41 there was 3 black people voted out in a row. Do we remember why? It's because there was an all black alliance and then they turned on each other. That's why there was 3 black people voted out in a row last
Actually,
season.
the
And
reason why they got voted out was because of like
They-
Deshaun and like
because they voted for each other. They voted for each other.
It's
They were on the
basic math.
bottom.
The longer black people last in the game,
The
the more
more-
likely they're going to get voted out closer together when it comes to the
Right.
merge.
Yeah,
And
like how many
with
people
increased
were-
less
diversity,
numbers.
there's going to be more black people. So of course that's going to happen.
Yeah, there was like 4 black people in like the final 9 or something like that. So yeah, of course, like it's gonna be like that. It's like not that hard. Not really simple logic, guys. Really not that hard. It is really not that deep. Really not that deep.
Now that I talk it out, I just couldn't imagine. Like, imagine you're sitting here listening to this and you're like, no, I'm not convinced. I'm not. How do you like? To me, it's like, how do you listen to this? Like, we're just picking apart this argument, like, and we're not being like really serious about it. We're just like laughing, just absolutely dissecting it, doing surgery on it. And it's like, how do you actually have this opinion and like are proud of that? Like, I don't know. To me, it's very hard, but maybe I'm just completely missing something.
Lived experience, so they felt like it was racist.
So it's so dumb when they say like my truth. There isn't my truth or your truth. There's just the truth. It's like there's no my truth. It's just there's one truth.
Is not
the
truth is not subjective. It's objective. There is no my opinion on the truth. There is the truth, the fact, the truth. That's it.
Yeah, they always like, well, that's my truth. Well, is it the truth? Like, no, it's not. So
right. Or they're like, like my feelings are valid. It doesn't matter if they're valid or not. They're not correct. Your opinions are not correct.
Yeah, your opinion is in fact stupid.
We listen to everyone's feelings. Like, there's a bunch of morons who have feelings. I'm not gonna listen to everybody's feelings.
There's like like homeless drug addicts. They probably have feelings, but I'm not going to listen to them. Because they
Anthony Moore. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying.
We actually did it. So, madman.
Yeah.
What number are we on?
6.
No, I do my 7. I didn't do my 7.
What was your 7?
I got Jonathan just because I don't see him going. Just because if we look at it now, it's for Taku, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think Omar is. I think Omar is riding with the Taku numbers.
Seems
so.
Like
I don't think they're going to turn on Jonathan anytime soon until they have a guaranteed number advantage, and then they can cut him.
Well, we'll get to Omar later, but I just want to speak. Like, Omar's too good. His edit is too good, and it's been too good for a long time. And I'm not convinced it's all of a sudden going to be like balanced. It's like it's too good, and I feel like he's probably like our like fan, or like fallen angel who gets like loses in fire or something. Which
don't call him a fallen angel. I don't like that imagery.
No, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll get to Omar later on my list. I got Jonathan at 6. I agree. Jonathan's not going home next. Jonathan has too much social capital. He also has the biggest tribe that's left in the game right now. The big issue with Jonathan is that he had his tribal, 1, so he has 2 people who are not going to work with him. It's a matter if Dre and Marianne can pull in the Taku tribe, because at this point it's 8, right? And Jonathan has Mike, and if he has his Taku members minus Marianne, that's 4. So Mike, Omar, and Lindsay, that's 4. And then they can just pull in like one person or just displace like Romeo's vote. It's easy. All you really need is 4 at 8. The issue is if they can't pull in like Omar and Lindsay, if Omar and Lindsay flip, or more importantly, Omar flips, or if Hai and Drea and Marianne and whoever's and Romeo all stay really solid and try and flip like an Omar or something, or like a Mike back over, it's an issue. But I think Mike is fully with Jonathan now. One, because of those scenes that we saw with him, but also because we saw Mike and Hai fighting. So I don't think that Mike and Hai are going to be like real big allies again. So I think Jonathan has Mike. Jonathan has Lindsay for sure. I think he has Omar, and so that's already 4. If they can pull in like a Romeo as a swing vote, you're set. And like, what if you like say, hey, like Romeo, hey, we'll pull you in and get out High for you. I got you. That's like the perfect plan for Jonathan.
Yeah.
But the issue is he did have that terrible tribal. At this point, I think he has no chance of winning with his edit. I think if he gets to the end, he only beats maybe a few people, like a few goats.
Who does he beat? Romeo?
I think he beats Romeo. I think he beats Lindsay. I think he beats.
That's true.
I don't know. After Lindsay's whole, I love you guys. You're so eloquent.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen because of his edit, but I'm
saying, I don't think he's going to get there, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, no chance. His edit is way terrible. No way. But I think he could beat the 2 people on the bottom of my list, which are Romeo and Lindsay. Aside from that, I don't think he beats Hai. I don't think he beats Omar, Mike, Marianne, or Drea. So we'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. We got number 6 for you, Sky.
Number 6. That would be Lindsay. She's a no name. There's nothing really, going on with her. Yeah. I mean,
it's weird. It's like
she's like most she's been edited.
Well, it's weird. It's like she's not getting purple, but she's just not like polarizing at all. She's just so mild.
She's like she's like Peridium.
Yeah. It's like Peridium. Like after the episode, Peridium posts this tone deaf message like, "Well, that was a wild roller coaster. Many things to talk about in next week's like just opinionless, bland,
like a
just very corporate
Texas
sounding." Right. Well, yeah.
Me here, Peridium.
Well, it's your boy, guys, Peridium. Welcome back to another video.
It's just very opinionless and bland and dry. And I think that's similar to what
you guys are very accurate. That is Lindsay.
Yeah. Like she didn't say like that was powerful or anything. She's like, oh yeah, no, I agree. Yeah,
she did kind of say it was powerful. Like she also came out on Twitter saying how wonderful a moment that was.
I'm saying like in the game, but like she was like, I'm glad that they said what they had to say.
That's really cool. Disappointing that Tori and Lindsay
everyone except for I don't even know if Jonathan has a Twitter. I couldn't find
it. Jonathan, it definitely isn't switching because I mean that would be the biggest pussy move of all time is if he did this, got like worried about how whatever, and then switched and then like tried to like appease like that. Oh my god,
it happens all the time. I mean,
there's
Lindsay came off to me as like Heather when Heather was like, it's just so great to be part of this moment in history on Survivor. Remember that in the episode? It's what Lindsay came across to me is like, I'm just a part of a great moment that's bigger than the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I
this is bigger than the game, guys.
I would just really hope that that we can at least have Jonathan. I'm sure Jonathan. There's no way Jonathan flips, but it sucks that the entire cast, and it just shows you casting. The entire cast is on Twitter.
I was being nice too. I was saying this cast might have 2 to 3 conservatives. I think there might be 0.
There might be 1, Jonathan.
Yeah,
I mean, like, because
I think
Jonathan's like Jonathan
is definitely 100.
No,
he's from Alabama.
I mean,
I'm mostly like a libertarian though. It's not like
he's from Alabama, bro.
But I mean, what about Tori's like previous like thing she said? Like, I feel like she might just be saying this because she wants.
I think Tori's also probably votes Republican, but of course she's gonna perform.
Possibly, but I have no respect for people who are wishy-washy.
Definitely. Like in fact, Lindsay could also be one, but again, she also was wishy-washy. Again, like all.
No, Lindsay's tweet this week. She's super liberal.
Like
Lindsay, Lindsay.
Yeah,
she's saying how wonderful because Sarah said some great. I mean,
yeah, but Sarah also
that was like
put on her
that
Trump
was like
hat.
For the game though.
Yeah, I guess so. It's true.
Sarah, there's a bunch of conservative women who are like feminists.
That's true.
Well, they say they are, but they're not like.
It's because like in their day, like they actually felt the need to fight, but now they like don't need to fight anymore.
Sarah's like 30. She's not like 50. It's not like she's.
I don't know.
She's ancient.
I think Sarah kind of did the same thing Drea did. Kind of using it as strategy.
Right, but like I guess Sarah's was with gender and Drea's was race. I guess.
Yep.
And also. Sarah didn't call it a problematic pattern. It actually gave evidence for why it was still BS, but she at least gave an argument and didn't like act immature like a baby and cry. Whereas, and of course, Marianne and Drea, it was 2 people. It's literally what it like the first thing that you learn in debate is that it's very, very easy to win an argument with two people. It's like one of the easiest things you can do. So if you can't win an argument with two people, your argument's absolute dog water. It's terrible. It has to be a terrible argument. And for these two to fail that epically, it shows that they have absolutely no argument. I got my number 5, right?
Yeah, wait.
Wait, I didn't say
right?
6.
Oh,
What was your 6?
6, I had a big drop. I've been having high at 1. Now I got him at
Yes,
6.
sir.
He kept someone who is super antagonist against him with Romeo.
Right.
They also highlighted a big thing of Drea being blindsided by Roxroy breaking the trust that she thought they had in a big alliance. Someone's got to take the blame for the Roxroy vote, right?
Yeah.
And they showed Mike be saying like this is going to be seen as dishonest if we vote out Roxroy. So they showed him in a positive light. I think High does not be seen in a positive light from that moment.
Yeah,
so I still think he lasts for a bit. But
if I had to pick the next boot, and my 5 is high, coming up is high. But if I had to laser pick the next boot, it has to be like I feel like the edit is working out perfectly because you can pull in Mike because High and Mike had a fight, and then have Mike vote against High, and now you have an extra number. I feel like
I don't know, dude. They were hugging like really hard and stuff like that. I don't know if they vote each other
one of the big 3
remember.
has to go soon.
Yeah,
who's the big 3? High, Mike,
Jonathan, High, and Drea.
No, High. High,
High, Omar, and Drea. You're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
High, Omar, Drea. Not Mike.
I see it more.
Well, Mike's good, but I'm talking about in strategy, like controlling the game.
Yeah, well,
okay.
really, it's the big 3, and then there's Jonathan are like the big threats in the game right now. Whereas in Romeo, Marianne, Lindsay, and Omar, they're like under the radar in different ways. You know, all the way from good to playing terrible games.
Yeah, if I'm looking at who's pulling the most strings, it's those 3.
I'm looking at who's pulling the most baddies. It's Mike. So I don't really know what you're talking about.
That's a different power ranking.
It was nice to get a laugh to get away from this absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Okay. We got
5 for you.
We have
Spencer.
5. Yeah, I had High. I don't know. I just think High's going. I already talked about that. We can go to your 5. Scott.
Well, I actually have High at 5 too. I feel like he's kind of like dipped like down, like in strategic wise. Like I think they're voting out Roxroy over Romeo's pretty asinine towards his game, honestly. And I like he had a goat he could work with in Roxroy who was going to keep him because he's like a number and you want to do an all males alliance, which guys, even though it might not seem like it, High is in fact a male. He's not a female, so there's that. And I just feel like all the moves that he's been doing so far just like really just aren't good for his game. So I kind of had to put him down at 5.
Bitter.
Well, I also got to mention I put High lower because he blocked me on Twitter. So at 5 I have Drea. She has I don't know how to. I really think she's gonna. I thought she was gonna go home with all of her advantages. It's weird now.
If she goes home in this tribal, that'd be insane because she doesn't have an idol. So
it's a little less, but she's gonna steal Mike's right away, right?
Oh, that's true.
Maybe
that's very true. But she'd only do it at tribal, so
that wouldn't be hot.
Maybe
if she did that, so I wouldn't.
I'm interested. If she's like, I got to take it right away, or
that's why it needs to be a blind side because maybe she wants to wait. I don't know. It's tough though.
Yeah, because like you'd think you'd want to wait till either you feel like you're going or you got to take Mike out and you want to take his idol.
But then again, if she takes the idol, but Mike, Jonathan, Lindsay, and Romeo are all voting together, it doesn't matter because they have the majority, right? Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. So
no, but if they're voting Drea out though.
Yeah, no, but then you just put the vote on something like on like Marianne or something, or on who else is in the game? I forget. High. There we go. High, and that's comes right back to High. I feel like there's so many ways that High can go home this episode. So even though he's not at the bottom of my list, but I think he's definitely bottom tier as far as like if I had to put my life on someone going home in this episode. I feel like we definitely get like a sneaky High blind side. But I don't know.
It's crazy because I thought he was in a great position, and it's hilarious that him ruining his game kind of because he didn't want to pretend to be in an all males alliance for a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, was that so hard to like, I'm too woke.
Scared of masculinity.
I'm too good at this. Well, he shouldn't be. He's gay. He should love it. He should want to be in a men's alliance. Like, oh yeah, the more men, the better.
Well, yeah, a based gay man would say that, but not like High.
Yeah. It's tough.
And the next thing, it's like, don't you want more dudes around? Like, I don't really understand like what's wrong with it. Or he's like a male feminist who's also gay.
That's what Sky wants. All right.
No.
Number 5 bitter. Or do we already get that?
Yeah, I just said Drea. So F5.
Cool. I got Drea at my 4 as well. I think Drea is the other person. Drea and High are the two like obvious blind sides that are gonna come up at some point in the future. Also Omar. I feel like the like that whole big three has to go at some point.
They haven't
Maybe
even
one of them gets
suggested
to
though
get-
that Omar might be targeted.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is like those three haven't, like, aside from Drea, and even then Drea, I mean, she's like got all these advantages. Those three really haven't even been touched.
Well, I mean,
but
but Drea was the target tonight, and High has shown to make some bad moves. I'm saying Omar hasn't been shown to make any move where you think like, oh, okay, his time's coming.
Right, they have different edits, but I think that they're
maybe
all
he's
similar.
just getting like a Tommy edit where it's like so obvious he's gonna win and he does. So
I mean, it gives me like
right, but
he gives me like he's gonna be in the finale at least, but I don't know.
I would assume that he's at least gonna be in the finale.
Because like
I think we're
kind of be like
getting our Drea. I think we're definitely getting. I think we're definitely getting our Drea blindside before finale. 100. It has to.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for
well,
sure. I'm saying Omar.
Because and it's tough though. It's really hard to predict though because we can only really talk about final 8 and 6 because 7's gonna be a do or die probably. So if that's the case, we like
maybe a big power play goes out in that, then maybe
that would
it's
suck
like not their fault.
I think the do or die last season the only
what
good
if
thing
Omar
about
goes
it
out
is
because
that
of it?
the only good thing about it is that it didn't take somebody out and that they had a regular vote. But if it took to shine out in that spot, imagine Liana's left in the game and what is it? Liana, Xander, who Danny?
No.
Oh my, that's
imagine
so
Omar goes out because of the do or die.
That'd be such an L. I
would laugh.
Like he's not getting any. He's not getting any negative content. That's like anyone trying to vote him out. That could be the reason why he goes home.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like I get whatever. Like you want to see Omar go, but I want to see these people go out in real ways, like survivor ways, not like the Price is Right ways.
If the season's already trash, I'd rather be a dumpster fire.
I don't have that mindset.
Well, no, but I feel like that might actually be what it is because like has he gotten like any negative content like in the entire season? Like no one wants to vote him out. He has like a good game. That could be the reason why he gets voted out because the do or die, which is like not in his control, which sucks.
They would have to know that would be a terrible idea because the families would get attached to him, and then I feel
imagine
like
like he would have won the game.
No families are getting attached to Omar.
Yeah,
fan base.
Oh, they said families.
Yeah, they said families too.
Number 4. Sky.
Oh, me? Yeah, Drea. I know. It's so sad for me to do this, honestly, you know. But she
no longer a Drea fan.
She did me wrong, bro. It's like, how could you do this to me? I gave you everything. I gave you my heart. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think like after this tribal council, I could maybe see her in the finale, but I just don't think she's gonna be in that final 3. Honestly, I think sooner or not they're gonna, even though it's racist to vote her out, someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna have to be racist and vote her out.
I'll do it.
Okay, like no hesitation, I'll do it. But
I'll be the racist.
You know, since white person got voted out, it's fair game now, guys. You know, you can vote anyone you want to now.
It doesn't look weird anymore. There's a white person in the mix.
Yeah,
so stupid.
Yeah, so I mean, now the free game, so she can be voted out, and she doesn't have an idol. She does have a bunch of other stuff, and maybe she'll try to steal Mike's idol before she gets voted out. Put some pizzazz in it, but I just don't really see her getting too much farther. And maybe she could go out because of do or die, because I feel like she'd be one to compete in the challenge.
No, there's no way Drea doesn't have to do it. No, I
don't think she sacrifices the challenge.
It's I think it's either next episode or the 6th. I think 5's too late for her. And I think do or die, no way.
I just don't know if she'll be in the finale. I don't know.
It's tough.
One of these power players has to be in the finale, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be.
I think it's probably like Omar, honestly.
I think Omar might.
Yeah, I think I would pick Omar.
Yeah. Well, who goes out to do or die? Maybe Lindsay. That's like
Lindsay.
I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance no one goes out.
No, I think someone definitely goes out, and because they.
Well, what's the odds again of someone going?
1 and 3.
It's like 1 and 3, but they said that they're gonna try and change.
Actually, technically 1 and 2 because
maybe it's like
Jeff opens 1. But
maybe
isn't the chances like
4.
basically 50? It's a lot higher if you switch or whatever. So
yeah, it's like the Monty Hall theory.
Yeah, so there's a good chance. There's a better chance no one goes.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I would say that if you don't, hold on. Let me restart my thought process because I forgot what I was going to say. And I could say my. Oh no, you have to say your 4, right, Bitter?
My 4 is Lindsay. I it's the edit of her being the one that's wow, she was so right. She really was really nice in that tribal. I could see if Drea and Marianne don't make it to the finale and she does, she could win.
I doubt it. We'll see though.
I just want Marianne to win. That'd be like that. We like live in the worst timeline
if Marianne wins. It's like I'm sorry.
Right now,
I'm not giving 43
if I had
a chance.
Right now, if I had to predict the next 3 votes, I let's go high this next one because Mike flips on him and they grab Romeo plus Omar plus Lindsay and Marianne flips. That's 5 against 3. Lindsay in the next one because she opts into the challenge, loses first, and then loses the thing, and she didn't get an edit.
Lindsay loses
and
first.
Then at 6, Drea doesn't play her advantage correctly and goes out. That's my prediction. And then we go in the finale, and like Omar loses in fire or something. I don't know. It's tough though because like we really don't know with this.
Omar could lose at fire.
Yeah.
I forgot the fire challenge exists.
I just see Taku going all the way.
You think like final 3 Taku or just like finale? All Taku get to the finale.
Yeah, finale at least.
I doubt we've like never. I feel like we haven't seen that in like forever. Like we're
the only
like,
people who haven't turned on each other has been Taku.
I mean, I think Marianne.
I think Marianne is definitely going to flip after this tribal. There's no way that she votes with
Jonathan. Because Jonathan is a racist. So.
Yeah.
Well, no, they hugged and made up, so they're gonna pretend it's all good.
Oh yeah, wait, what? Say it again.
They didn't hug. Well, no, Drea.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think
he does. He want to touch. Do you think he wants to touch Marianne?
Did they?
Like he doesn't want to get.
Jonathan hugged Drea at the end of the episode. Yeah.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Jessica Lewis got in trouble for posting that by Shan. That's the thing she got in trouble for. How dare you show a white guy being in a redeeming light? Also, it's everyone think Jonathan does is terrible because he's a white guy with dreads. Even though white guys with dreads,
like, are those really even dreads? Like,
no, barely even dreads. Yeah. And white guys have had dreads for like centuries. You know.
Yeah.
Like Vikings had them, Norsemen, right? Like, they had dreads.
No, we actually are the originators. We're the OGs, so it's not.
Just stupid stuff, man.
And it's not. It's like, you know who's saying this? People, Survivor players. Gabby, she said that. She called out Jonathan for being white and having dreads.
Imagine you're Gabby. Imagine you wake up every day and your name is Gabby.
Imagine you cry every single day.
Yeah,
like for like the most useless things ever, dude.
Remember you for is crying. You lost at life.
Yeah,
you spawned in.
By your teammate,
you spawned in, didn't get a gun, and got killed off.
Oh my god!
You lost.
Oh, I thought that was gonna go darker than it was.
No, you spawned in and you killed yourself. You jumped off the
spawned
building,
in,
Warzone style.
Landed on like a P2020, and you just lost. Like I hate to say it, bro. All right, we got my number 3.
Yeah,
Marianne.
No.
I can't put Marianne much higher because I can't imagine voting for her, but I think this jury could 100% vote for her, especially with this. I mean, because again, I'm trying. I haven't watched any of the entertainment TV interviews post jury, but of course, people are telling me about them, and I'm hearing that they're really against Jonathan and really for Drea and Marianne. So one of them's got to at least get to the end. I would have to.
Jonathan.
Yeah, and so to me, it's like, one of them has to either be fan favorite or get to the end or get close or lose in fire or something. And I don't think it's Drea. So I think Marianne's got to be a lock for finale night. I hope she's like a 3rd place finisher, like losing.
Oh, she got in fire.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully,
I don't think anyone sees her as a threat, but she's a threat.
She could win a jury vote against.
Yeah, in terms of her
she's a threat. She's about to threaten to get killed. Okay,
her optics are gonna help her in terms of winning.
Her optics.
She's not a threat though in the game.
Oh.
No, her optics in terms of her gender and race.
Yeah, he means demographic. Her demographic is perfect, obviously. And
the only threat that's happening is a death threat. I don't know. It's rapper style.
But crash. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys think? Is it gonna be at least like 10 to 15 minutes? We're gonna spend the next episode at the beginning talking about this tribal, of how powerful it was.
I think we're gonna get a 7-minute episode or
a 7-minute
episode. Thank goodness, finally! I don't want to watch it.
7-minute scene.
That's what we got. That's what we got last season after Liana's tribal, right? Like a good, like 10 minutes.
That was so powerful, bro. At that point, I just got a stick to look like a gun.
Well, yeah, that's the famous Sanders saying that's so eloquent.
Well, I'm sure. I'm curious
Oh, it
if Dre
is.
and Marianne are going to go back and badmouth Jonathan, or if they're going to go back and actually try and at least fake being like kumbaya.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna fake kumbaya, but they're gonna like talk about how powerful the moment was.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think
And
they're
they're gonna
going to
talk
try
about
and
their.
like bring him down, or try and uplift themselves, or both?
Well, really, Dre should be upset with the other tribe who voted out Roxroy. So I think first they're gonna have to figure out why Roxroy went home, because that was the whole big deal. Is why
Oh
is
yeah,
Roxroy
wait. Do you
home?
think they're gonna get brought back all to the same beach after tribal council? Like, do you think
Oh
they're
yeah,
gonna go back to?
they're back to one big tribe.
Do we
Okay.
think that that oh my god, I forgot my question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think what you were going to think about that you forgot is correct.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah, I think they're going to talk about why what happened.
Do we think that Marianne is permanently going to flip over Dre's side, or was this tribal just like not enough to permanently cut ties?
she's the type of idiot to be like, no, I have to stay with you my entire game because if I don't, I'm
That's
racist
what
or something like that.
Liana and Shan did. They said, I don't care if I sit with you and it lose, or didn't Liana do that?
Yeah, she did. She
Liana
said
did that.
she changed her mind. First, she was like, "It's all I got to play my own game." Then she was like, "I don't care if I lose. I'm gonna sacrifice everything for this." And she told Shan that they were
And get
targeting her.
7th place. Like nobody cares.
Yeah, it was
At
hilarious.
that point, bro, like I'm just like, bro, get me off this island, bro. Like, just leave. I want to leave.
W for Deshaun for taking Shan out. W, but
That was W.
I don't think Marianne goes with Drea after this, because I don't think Drea, if Drea tried to connect that bond, it would work. But we've seen Drea is very ruthless and
socially
cutthroat.
yeah.
She doesn't care about bonds. If it was like a Shan that was in with Drea's spot, she would pull in Marianne. Black power, female black power
queens.
to the end. Yeah, and then Marianne would fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not going to happen because Drea doesn't care.
Yeah, Drea, that was all gameplay. I feel like for her,
just like
Shan maybe not.
The season was so good, man. It was actually
all right.
So good.
Yeah, it was all right. I don't think
I thought it was looking to be at least a top 15.
Top 15.
I mean, last season was a top 25.
I mean, we'll just agree to disagree. Was that you got a Rottweiler over there?
Yeah, you sound like a gorilla, my guy. Okay, moving on.
You gotta watch more Shark Tale and stop watching Cars. You know,
yeah, bro. You actually sound like a engine, my guy. Get the out of here, good. Like,
wait, did Sky give us 3?
Yeah, I did, right? Yeah, yeah. It was Marianne. Yeah.
Okay, I got Marianne at 3 too.
Marianne.
I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. Marianne's gonna win this game.
Yeah, me too.
I don't see anyone targeting her because she's not a threat. No one sees her as a threat. She's not really strategical. She played an idol and she called out her alliance's vote. Why would her alliance trust her at this point when you just like spoiled the vote? But I just don't think they're gonna target her.
I would have voted out Marianne before this, because now you have to go after this power 3. Like, you can't let them all get to finale now, or even 2 of them, because they're such powerful players. And by power 3, of course, I mean Omar, High, and Dre. You have to get at least 2 of them out before finale, and then hope you can get the other one out in like a Ricard spot. So it's tough. I don't know.
The Survivor community is over if Marianne wins. The woke people are gonna love it, and everyone else who was already against all this stuff is gonna like, why would you want to continue? And then they're just gonna keep taking more and more control.
I can smell the video. Oh my god, that video will blow up. You can
smell the video, bro. Smelling the video.
Oh yes. Oh my dude. Imagine that video. Is Marianne a worse winner of? Oh my god, that would get like.
Well, we already know the comebacks that they're thinking. Oh, you just hate her because she's black. Oh, you're just jealous.
I mean,
Me, the black guy, just hates. I hate other black people, man. That's just my thing. I go home and hate other black people. That's just like what I do for fun. Okay.
The new era is gonna do for fun. The new era is gonna be Erica and Marianne.
So is that like the new like winner archetype? I mean, at that point, like, because if every cast is just gonna vote for like a female POC, then why even come to play if you're a male or a white woman? What's the point?
Well, especially if you're white.
For funsies.
A white cis man, yeah.
Yeah, you have literally no chance.
Yeah, you're only there to be cannon fodder or be scolded at for your privilege.
Like, I think my demographic could work, but even then you're a man, so like you don't get the woman votes. It's tough.
Well, no, then you got to be a smart man and just bring 2 men to the end with you.
That is on facts.
That's true.
That's on facts.
It's not a gay man, because then he'll win over you.
Dude, if I get on the show,
Am I sure
I would just
vote
be
on
like,
every
well,
single
I
POC?
can't take
Yeah.
I have to bring two men to the end because the jury's gonna vote for women because they're stupid. I feel like there's no way that they'd ever cast me
So
because I
like,
just would.
is the only way for white men to win is to target just black people in
Right,
like
and
POCs?
that's what you get when you make the game and you're voting for specifically one race, then the other race has to counter that by also excluding you. Because
Counter
if
race alliance, let's go.
counter racism, that's literally
Bum,
exactly what it is.
bum.
You're countering racism with more racism.
And
Do you
Exactly.
want
I
that?
mean, you're never gonna get it. Like the white people are never gonna do that because you're gonna get a
Right.
few that are gonna be like, I don't want to be seen as the white power alliance.
Right. So then you end up with complete supremacy by one race in the game, which we
Yep.
haven't seen yet, and we may see in the
Your best
in the
hope
coming
is
era.
to get to the merge and then win all the immunities. And even then, when you get to the end, they're not gonna vote for you.
Bring
because
like two goats, I guess. I don't know. It's tough.
If you have the control, you're not gonna really be able to pick who goes with you if you win.
And then they probably just
Right.
don't vote for you because you're racist. So it's all that.
Yeah, and I don't know.
So what's the point?
The day that they like bring like an extra jury vote advantage into the game is the day that I stop watching, bro. Imagine like this is an extra jury vote you can use at the end.
Honestly, the day that
And
Erica
imagine,
won was
like,
the day Survivor died.
You like get like 5 of them, and you can win the whole game like with your own jury votes.
No,
That'd be crazy.
the finale of Survivor 41 is when Survivor died. It's dead now. This is just the.
I mean, that's when the
this
ratings died.
This is not Survivor anymore. What it is?
Yeah, it feels like more of like a watered down version in a way.
No, so I don't know. It feels like very like I don't know Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like they want all this big moments. It's I don't know. Look, this doesn't really sound like an apt comparison.
It's weird. It's like I don't want the views to drop too low where the show goes off the air. But I honestly, if we had to watch, okay, so let me give you a scenario. Survivor viewers plummet after this episode, keep plummeting throughout the season.
Yes, Queen.
At the end of this season, we're at like 1.5 million viewers, and the show goes off the air, gets completely canceled. They like stop filming for 43. I don't know, whatever. Okay, then the show takes like a 3-year break and comes back and actually, doesn't have the woke stuff. Just like gets it all out. I feel like to me, that's the best case scenario, which sucks because if the best case scenario is the show getting canceled, like you have a serious problem, which sucks.
I agree. That's the best scenario. It get canceled, and then all this woke stuff finally dies down, and people come to their senses, and then you can bring back and make actual entertainment again. That's the only chance you really have. Or your only chance is hoping someone creates an alternate show similar to Survivor.
Yeah, and then we all just
doesn't have the woke politics in it.
Yeah.
So not Big Brother.
Like Survivor
not
with two O's.
Survivor.
No, Survivor.
I thought you said Survivor.
2 B's. Yeah. No, so not Survivor. It's not Naked Survivor.
Naked in the fridge.
Just call it Based Survivor, and we'll
Based Survivor. I like that.
Maybe the Daily Wire will create their own Survivor.
Dude, honestly,
that'd be funny.
The only time that I've ever seen like conservative people like talk about Survivor was when Survivor did the guys thing. I remember seeing like someone from the Daily Wire talk about it. It wasn't like any of their big hosts, but it was like a correspondent or something, which is crazy to see like my two worlds collide. That was weird.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff like people like you wouldn't even expect they're Survivor fans.
Yeah, I mean Jimmy Fallon's a Survivor. It's crazy.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon also sucks. So.
That's the problem.
Jeff Probst has been on Jimmy Fallon, and apparently Jimmy Fallon gave him the idea for second chance, which I don't believe, but.
Yeah, what a crazy idea having people who played once come back again.
Yeah, it's like
I mean every message board on Survivor sucks.
I mean, like every single like person on Reddit before Cambodia came out.
Just like Tyler Perry came up with the same exact idea for an idol that was the original idol.
Yeah, like dude,
that's true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, Tyler Perry came up with this idea. It literally happened in Exile Island and Cook Islands. What are you talking about?
Tyler Perry didn't even like it either. He was like, I didn't like it because Spencer got it or whatever.
Well, no, Tony
got it.
Yeah, he wanted Spencer or Tasha.
He wanted Spencer to get it. That's not
it's like, bro, that's not how making TV works. You can't rig it, buddy.
I mean, that would have made the season worse if someone in power, like not in power. If Tony would have went home because of that idol, it would have sucked.
Yeah, like Tony was the only
doesn't win that season if it goes down. It's
kind of like Winners of Number One too. Like Tony had to win both those seasons for them to be like.
I think Kagyan's still like a top 5 season.
No, I'm saying they're both not as good. 5. I'm saying they're both
not as good. I'm saying Kagyan's probably like at 5 if Tony doesn't win.
It probably drops at least to like in the 10 to 15s. I think if Tony doesn't.
I'm saying like if Tony goes out in like that third spot, and like Wu wins over Cass or something, and Cass makes an absolute fool out of herself at Final Tribal.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe.
ending
Yeah.
the season still like at maybe at 5 or like 6 or 7.
Yeah, as long as
Like,
Wu wins and not Cass, I agree.
well, Cass wouldn't gonna beat anybody. Cass
The
wouldn't beat
Wu winning is
Tribal.
like Wu. I mean, Wu winning is.
I mean,
what should happen.
casuals love Wu. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that honestly, that's what technically that's what should have happened if Wu wasn't an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Cass was complaining because apparently production didn't give her enough time with Wu, the guy who was going to give away his whole game no matter what happened. But you know,
I mean,
like,
I'm not gonna not believe. I mean, obviously the production
I'm
wanted
sure.
Tony to win.
Yeah, because like yes, Cass, the villain of the season, production did not want you, the biggest villain. You know that's
like how, like,
been on their show since Russell Hance to win the game because the viewers would hate it.
I like
Yes,
how like Cass was like saying it's because she's a woman. It's like no, because you're a bitch. It's like because no one like you're mean to people.
Well, no, it's because she's a woman too.
Well, no, because she literally like gave the finger to who was that again? Who
Tasha or no.
Trisha. Trisha, like when she got voted out, and you expect her to like it. It's like when you're purposely rude to all those people. It's like she's not just like didn't vote against them. She's also like rude to them. It's like of course someone wants to vote for
right,
you.
like. And then like the jury's gonna see that and then tell Trish, like, are you dumb? Are you an idiot? Come on,
yes. If I was on the jury, I'd say, Cass, I'm not voting for you because you are a woman.
Yeah, we'll show this anyway. So it's like
imagine she'd be like,
what could you do? You can't do it.
It's free jury speech because like yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Cry?
People will be so tilted on Twitter. Oh my God, he's so funny.
Become like Bully.
I'm not voting for you because you have an XX chromosome.
Become like Bully McGuire.
Cry about it.
You gonna cry?
God.
Shit your pants.
Cry, Cass?
Maybe shit your pants, haha, nerd.
Yeah, like she had like this whole big speech of, I'm a woman, and you guys would respect me more if I was a man, and I had the same strategy any man would have. Like, you know what, Cash?
And I'd be like, yeah,
I'm not voting you.
To play the game bad? Yeah, I got you, bro.
Welcome to 1860. Oh, I'm from that.
I'm giving you what you want, Cass. I'm telling you, I'm not voting you for you because you're a woman.
Exactly what you want. Like isn't this what you're saying was happened? You're correct. Good job. You're detective. You figured it out. Okay. It's the mystery.
Let's get our number. Did you get 3 out, Bitter?
Scooby Dooby Doo that, you know.
Oh yeah, 3 was Marianne.
Cool. I got 2 and 1. I got Mike at 2, Omar at 1. I still think Omar's too good to be true, but he's playing the game perfectly right now. So aside from this last move, but I think this last move hurts High more than it does Omar. Do you guys agree with that? Or
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So I think Omar kind of still slides, and again, it's one mistake.
Omar slides, yes, sir.
And also Omar has the numbers on his tribe. He has a meat shield in Jonathan. He has an easy boot in Marianne. And he I think right now Jonathan pulling in Mike is big for Omar's game because now he can pick which side he wants to go on, whether it's the Drea High side of things, or like Drea High Marianne side of things, or like the Mike Romeo Jonathan side of things, or also Lindsay. I feel like that to me he can pick sides, and that's why I have my 1. Mike, he was at 1 last week, or like I think 2 or 3 for me. He's kind of ended up here because there wasn't really like another spot to put him. The rest of people like on the list are either in danger or I just can't respect their game right now, and I don't think that they're going to win the game. Mike said it's been better this merge. I still don't think he can win his demographic that doesn't win Survivor.
I don't know. He's old man.
When was the last time an old man won?
There's no
was
way.
It,
he's not like
Bob
no,
Crowley.
but he's not.
He's not Bob Crowley though. He's better.
Yeah, I don't put him in that
hot.
age. He's more of a. He's a little older than Tony, but I still put him in that area.
He looks like Tony.
Not the same archetype as Tony. No way.
He looks like
Tom firefighter. You got that whole thing.
Yeah, he was also from New York as well. He has a Boston accent too. So
then give him one pass winner out of 40. What 2?
Oh, put me on the spot there.
Or 40.
Well, I mean, Zeppia is only black and female.
I mean, I can name everyone right now. There isn't a single winner that fits his archetype.
Or you're saying like black women can't win in Spencer?
No, I don't.
Racist. Oh my God.
Bob's a different type of old.
Right. So then that's what is that? 0, 1.
Well, then he's gonna be the first one then.
That are in his archetype.
He's gonna be the first one.
Yeah, stop being a bigot, Spencer. Anyone can win.
Yeah,
anyone can win.
As long as you have the right opinion.
My lived experience. Okay.
My truth.
Also, give your guys this
my life, my rules.
Sky.
My what?
I want that
Top
to be Sky's
2, buddy.
speech
Come on,
at
keep
the
up.
finale.
My life, my rule. Okay, anyway, I have at 2. I have Omar in 1. Again, I have Mike Turner at number 1. That's right. Mike Turner's gonna win. So yeah. Actually, Omar's gonna win, but I have Mike at 1, so it's okay.
All
I
right.
mean, this is kind of like I just don't want to put Omar at 1 because I feel like it's too good to be true, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna. I feel like he could go out because of the do or die or because of fire. I just don't
I
think.
think that's Lindsay's for sure to eat.
Well, I think that your opinion is wrong. So, but I don't know. I just think it's like maybe they eventually just gang up on him because like let's vote him out because he's Muslim. Yeah, and then like everyone's like no.
That the season would take a turn.
Let's not vote him out because he's black. Let's vote him out because he's Muslim. Yeah, I don't know, something like that. But and they're like,
Okay.
yeah. No, I'm just saying. I just think someone eventually, maybe like Drea or shoot, maybe Mike, the winner of the season, like just said like, hey guys, Omar is kind of doing all the shitty stuff behind the scenes. Let's vote him out. And then it's like, we're not gonna vote him out because he's we're gonna vote him out because he's different. And everyone goes,
I
like,
think Omar makes
yeah.
finale. There's no way.
Maybe, but like I don't know. I just don't
That
think it's
that or he goes out do or die. That's the only 2 ways I can see him going before finale night.
I was saying, like, I feel like that's like might be the perfect spot for him to go out do or die because like maybe no one actually finds him out and he was gonna win, but you know the do or die screws him over. You know.
Yeah, stuff.
That was it.
Number 1, 2, bitter.
I got Omar at 2 and Mike at 1.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Omar,
sir.
for the reasons we've been saying, too perfect of a game. Eventually, that guy can't be the winner. It's too obvious.
Except if you're Tommy from 39, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But Mike, they haven't. Obviously, he was shown as be a bit of a bumbling idiot a little bit at the beginning of the season
Now he's
pre-merge.
hot.
They've only shown him to make only positive moves post-merge, which makes me think this guy's only getting positive edit. So I think he's gonna win.
Positive edit.
Like even in this vote tonight, he was showing positively.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't want to do the backstabbing. I want to keep my trust, my bond, and he turned out to be shown correct because Dre's whole thing. So
love to see.
My life, my rules.
What's going on in Skyliner Universe, Sky?
I've been uploading a lot of podcasts lately, but I'm still working on my like 1 hour video, and the script just keeps getting longer and longer. It seems like.
You everything making parts for it, like part 1, part 2?
No,
maybe?
it's gonna be all in one part. I've officially crossed over the 15-page so
script.
Yeah, but I'm just hoping I can edit it and get it out sometime this month.
Damn.
This is the longest video I've worked on in a while. It's like the last time it was like October of last year that I even worked on a video similar to this, and that was less pages than this. So I don't know. My biggest product I've ever done was 1 hour and 40 minutes, and that was 35 pages. So I'm just gonna have to see how this one turns out. Yeah,
that's cool.
Video. It's on the Bitter Universe. I'm
working on a video covering all this nonsense. I'm gonna try to have it. I hope to have it out by Monday. At the worst, I'm gonna, work as hard as I can to get it out before the episode on Wednesday.
Well, if you aren't excited for the coverage of this absolute dumpster fire that's happening on national television, I don't know. You must be brain dead because I'm having such a fun time just absolutely taking a doo-doo on top of this terrible and continuing to do so if the season continues to act like this and behave in this way. Again, none of this happens without you guys. Mr. Weird Guest with a weird microphone. Yeah, if you want to go follow me on Twitter, it's in the description. If you want to go watch this on Spotify, it's in the description. Everything's in the description. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. It really helps the channel out. And that's what I'll talk to you guys